Hello and welcome to another Art Yap! Today I'm going to be talking about my thoughts on different art techniques, cliches, and tropes that I'm not a huge fan of. So, grab your art supplies and create something along with me. You have no choice now. I just stole your art block, so no excuses. Disclaimer, these are about my opinions. These are my thoughts on these things. You don't have to agree. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comments and tell me why. And if you agree with me, do the same. I'd love to hear all sorts of thoughts on things, and I won't be offended. Just please try to be polite. Okay, starting off strong with number one, it's my style. This is something I commonly see with like a lot of newer artists. I saw it definitely in my old art. No. When I was younger, and it's using the excuse, whether you know you're making the excuse or not. It's my style. It's a style. Whenever you draw something but don't know how to do said thing, hands, eyes, colors, and it's saying it's your art style. Now, I'm not saying you can't have an art style when you're a beginner artist. No. I'm saying that you shouldn't use the style excuse to avoid learning how to draw something anatomically correct. I'm saying that to truly stylize something, you have to know how to draw it the original way and then add your zazz and put a twist on it or whatever, you know? This mostly applies to humans and animal anatomy. Again, beginner artists are beginner artists, and everyone, no matter their level, has something to learn and improve on. So if you don't know how to draw a certain facial expression or hands, don't worry. It takes time to learn. I'm still learning, obviously. So just don't give up. I won't give up. You don't give up. Cool.
諦めんなお前どうしてそこでやめるんだそこでもう少し頑張ってみろよダメ諦めたら周りのことを思うよ応援してる人たちのことを思ってみろって
Basically, what I'm saying is don't give up trying to learn how to draw something and then call it your style. So yeah. Number two, the random chibi looking character in a complex art style. So this one is a personal pet peeve of mine. Personal. You don't have to agree. I don't really like it when a show or book randomly has one character who always looks like a chibi character in like a chibi art style. When the rest of the characters are in a consistent style, it just bothers me for literally no good reason. Unless they're like a short person or something. I don't really understand why they're not in the same style. So, yeah. You know how like in animated shows or anime, characters will turn chibi or a different style to show emotion or something for a scene? I'm not talking about that. I mean when they're just chibi for no reason, literally the entire time, and never turn like the same style in like the same anatomy as the rest of the characters. Like it just bothers me. I don't know. It's annoying. Okay, number three, shading with black and white. The only way people can do this, in my opinion, is if they're a paid professional artist who's been drawing for 50 years and have a good reason, an excuse for it, or they're drawing in black and white. If you're drawing digitally, you can shade with black and white, but you should use layer settings. And if you're doing traditional art, personally, I like the way it looks. Like, no matter your medium, if you use a darker shade or use, like, color theory when you're shading, you know? I don't know. It just looks wrong when people use black and white because that's not really how shading works most of the time. So yeah, whatever you're coloring and shading, use a color theory chart or like a reference for both mediums, or pull colors from a reference photo. And to clarify, this is the kind of shading I'm talking about. Personally, I think it looks unfinished. Again, that's my opinion. It really doesn't mean anything, so you can draw however you like. It's just my opinion. I just wanna be part of your symphony. Number four, 2 pen sizes with no tapering. Low taper pen. Or variation, which if you don't draw digitally, this doesn't really apply to you. I don't think, at least. I don't know, I mostly do digital. This is hard to explain with words, but basically, this is my warning to beginner artists because I did this in almost all of my first digital drawings for like a solid year. And you can see how different my art looks with either consistent line weight, so like how large or thin the line is, or like variation, so like pen tools have variation, versus with 2 pen sizes and no consistency. So, yeah. Hello, these are some of my old drawings from 2020-ish, I'm assuming. I had a very large habit of drawing something, and then the next year or two drawing it again. Butter. These are all from like 2020 and 2021. So I have improved. I would like to brag about these though, actually. I just found them and I'm actually, look at that. Look how many cats. That's such a cute little art style. So just like proof that even when you're starting off as an artist, your art isn't bad. Every single stage of art is a different stage, and when you're at that stage, it's amazing. So there's really no point in comparing yourself to an artist who's been drawing 50 years. Even in a year or two, you can see the improvement, you know? And it's all about not giving up. I think that's really important, because I hear a lot of people saying like, oh, I'm really not that good. And then I ask them, well, how long have you been drawing for? And their answer is always like a very short amount of time. And I'm like, well, I think you're doing an insanely amazing job, or for how long you've been drawing. So I don't think it's really fair on yourself to say, oh, I'm not that good of an artist, if you've really only been drawing for a little while. Even like 2 or 3 years is a little while, okay? Especially when it comes to art. Art is something that you work on your whole life. So don't worry about it. Number 5, references cheating.
Stop it. Get some help.
Do you hear yourself right now? Bruh, how are you going to know how to draw something, like, if you don't reference it? If you're drawing something brand new, you've never really even seen it before, like, bruh, how am I gonna know what, like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of something I've never seen before. I'm gonna know what a blue whale looks like specifically versus all the other whales if I've never seen a blue whale. Like, I don't know the difference yet, so I have to look at pictures, okay? So yeah, referencing is fine. Even heavily referenced or copying like an art piece is fine, unless the artist specifies. And if you do heavily reference, make sure, and like if you do copy or heavily reference, please make sure to give credit to the person, even if they don't specify that they want credit. And then if the person very obviously states in the description of their art that they don't want people copying or referencing their art, just don't. Go find another ref. There's like 8 billion people on this earth. I'm sure that you can find another one. So yeah, just make sure to give credit. It's pretty easy. You just tag them or put their username or link to their website or whatever. So yeah. But those are all my thoughts on this. I feel like I have more to say. I just can't think of anything. Do you have any art pet peeves? Please let me know. And if you have pet peeves with what I said, please tell me. But anyways, thank you so very much for listening. I hope you have an absolutely splendid rest of your day. Don't forget to come back to watch some more videos, or click on the one that popped up on screen that YouTube thinks you would enjoy. Love you, bye!
I just wanna be part of yourself.